Shalom.
Shalom.
Give all praises too.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Mukakadash.
Gonna say double honors to our apostles and elders, Spirit Great Millstone, peace and blessings to the Lord's hopefully elect. So, a lot has happened, a lot of information was released this week, okay? And what do you find yourself seeing? You find yourself seeing what used to be, I don't know if it's considered a suburb? Hazelwood Dias, California. Palisade, California. And from what I saw was, you could say, somewhat a very popular area. They said there was a lot of Hollywood actors that lost their house. Okay, so the Lord started off, you know what? Give the Lord a hand for starting off this year. Hollywood actors that cried about how they lost their homes, right? Now there was a video that wasn't sure that really hit me, and that was this Jake, looked like he was with his brother or something. And he was in the midst of the fire, but he was in his home, and all around him was just fire, right? And to my knowledge, the evacuation was pretty much well known. So my question was, why are you still there? Well, it led me to believe it could be one or two things. One, he was still there because maybe he didn't want to take heed to the warning and he thought he'll be all right. It was a nice home that he was living in. Yeah? And then it also, I said, okay, maybe he thought about running back real quick to get, and can you find, I'm sorry, it's in two different places. I know that. I know Matthew 24.
Come down from the housetop to take anything away?
Yeah, not down from the housetop, yeah. That. And it's elsewhere too about let him flee to Judea. Okay. That's what Yahweh said, right? So it could be one or two things. Either way, they shouldn't have been there. Now that even the dog life was in there, okay? Which led me to believe one of those two things. So what you have to realize is everything that's happening is already prophesied, okay? It's already being found out that all that's happening is all set up so that they can push in 15 minute cities and all this other stuff. Either way, the Lord already prophesied it, and he said he's coming to send a fire on the earth, okay? What you have to be prepared for is to be willing to let all this shit go, because as you can see, that took them by surprise.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 40, and it reads, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Him that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain.
Right, but there you go. Now that's the Lord saying when the evil times are coming, here's the type of mentality to adopt, and it's very important. It's very important. Because he's getting you prepared for anything that can happen. So yes, Esau's responsible for that, right? And guess what? The Lord already prophesied it, and he's allowing this devil to do so, right? Now you don't know where you might end up. That's why the Lord is telling you how to be able to move and operate. In a sense, he's saying, don't set your heart on this place, right? He who is a pilgrim is always traveling. He doesn't have a certain place to call himself home. Even Jacob called himself. Shai, you might give me Hebrews 11, around 15. Right? That's the attitude of our forefathers. So, you know, you see the videos down there. A lot of people are devastated. Why are they devastated? Because they put their all into that home, into that neighborhood, right? one of them said he basically didn't even care about the fire. He just said, I ain't think it was gonna reach, but then the fire reached his house. Okay. Other people, like you have the black woman, okay, basically saying she's devastated because now she's homeless, so to speak. Right. So when you see all this happening, you don't know where you might end up. You don't know what can happen next. All you have to do is be prepared to acknowledge this is the will of the Lord and be willing to just go with the flow of things and be willing to move. And this is why you go see those people are devastated because they put everything into that home. Okay? They never thought that something like that could happen to them. Even if they take heed to the warning, they think, oh, it's no big deal. And then what's funny is before that, them insurers had already said that they're not going to cover your wildfire damages. They said that before, the next thing you know what happened, that's how you know something's up. But regardless, that's what thousands of people that's just completely assed out, right? And that basically means, for a lot of them, they got to start over. Right. So are you ready to accept that you might have to start over? You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to be out here. That's the Lord giving you counsel on the best way to live. Now, that's why when you come to Great Millstone, you're going to get the spirit of hastening the coming of the day. You're not going to get this, relaxed. We just going to go along to get along and make America, let America be the cow dry and we the meat. And we just going to dwell here. No, we're not going to tell you that, because if something like that comes up, then what you going to do? You have to already be prepared to understand that anything can happen. And the counsel of the Lord is you have to be willing to accept and drop everything and be willing to go. Them Jakes that was in that house, they probably, I'm just speculating, they probably said, man, we ain't going nowhere. I think we're going to be all right. People making a big deal, people evacuated, but this is all I have. This is all we have. It's a lot of money. It's whatever it is. It's a nice looking fucking home. Only to see they surrounded by fire. And now your life's in danger. And the dog's life.
That's right. I think I heard like somebody was trying to put out the fire with a water hose.
They died.
Yeah, they died trying to do something. I think it was only like 5 people that died in the whole fire. But the guy that was trying to put out his fire with a water hose, you think he didn't know about the fire insurance being canceled? He knew about that. That's why he's trying to put it out. Yeah. And guess what? He lost his life in the process of doing so.
Not to mention the fire department or the mayor, basically not having water within the fire hydrants, man. That doesn't go to another thing that you people should have saw as a red flag. Why is there no water in the fire hydrants, man? Literally, I saw my bad, bro. They had firefighters in a video literally having purses, women's purses, trying to put the fire out, man.
They come to find out also that the reserve water is privately owned.
Wow.
And so they didn't have a backup plan for any water.
So yeah, they already knew.
So that was a problem. He saw the pic. Yeah.
Sound like it was a controlled opposition.
You could tell it was planned. I mean, it was definitely planned, because if you look at it and you see where they had planned to hold the 2028 Olympics and some kind of light rail or rail car system, it's all within that area that got burnt up. Same thing they did with the floods up there in North Carolina and Tennessee. They want to put lithium mines right there because, like, again, the petrodollar's gone, okay? And Esau, Edom, in Babylon here needs something to prop the economy up, okay? So with that, the Olympics bring big money. Lithium bring big money. So those things on those lands that could potentially bring them money, okay, they're gonna destroy you if you're in the way.
This man's a man of sabotage. If you don't read it in Revelation.
I might add, remember in 2020, Australia had a wildfire that was devastating as well. And, quote unquote, CVID came out of nowhere. You know, and just expect this devil to come with some after this wildfire has happened, you know. They already talking about a new kind of, I don't know what
disease.
It's called. Yeah, like a new kind of plague. Yeah. MP or something.
HMPV. I forgot what it stands for. That's the acronym, HMPV.
It's the same play. Look what happened in Little Maui in Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, same play.
People already dead. They said, wait a minute. Go back a few years. You're already talking about turning this whole area into a new 15-minute city or whatever it is. People already putting the pieces together. See, that's why you got to be in the know if you're in the truth, because yes, this man is a man of sabotage, okay? The Lord is letting you know in the scriptures what's to come to pass. You are in the midst. So he's telling you how to be able to function, okay? He didn't tell us to go buy this land and sit there, you're going to be good. That's what he told us, that was what we do. But in actuality, we don't know what's going to come, okay? And you just have to be ready to be able to drop everything and go. As you see some people out there did not do, trying to put the firehouse out, he ended up getting taken out, okay? Because Esau didn't want it to go out. But you have the people trying to put it out is because they aren't willing to let it go themselves. He that seek to save his life shall lose it. A lot of those people just devastated because they just never thought something like that would happen. Right? They just never thought. Like a lot of people, at least in our area, probably who's sleeping on the Nutrient Falls, probably aren't even considering getting some type of earthquake insurance. They just like, we ain't got to worry about it. We in the Midwest, okay? They probably ain't even consider it until the Lord comes and rocks this motherfucker earth and take a lot of people out and their homes as well. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of those places is gonna get hit. With these earthquakes is where you Edomites stay at. You know, like out there by Six Flags, a lot of Edomites stay out that way. Hills and caves and stuff, you know. And we saw what happened like with the flood. I think it was 2022. People out there in St. Peter's, yeah, they was getting flooded out. There was damn golf balls breaking out people's back windows and stuff in their car. Right? And shit, I'm over here like, damn. Like I'm in where Jake will at the like, damn man, it's only a little sprinkle like that. Oh shit, good for you Edomites.
I got precepted back to what Rob was saying. This is the book of Psalms 49, right? And starting at the 6th verse, it says, "They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God power a ransom for him." Okay? "For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceases forever, that he should still live forever and not see corruption." Okay? "For he seeth that the wise man die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others." Okay? So, you know, those who bragging their riches, oh, I got me a Malibu house, ocean, what's that, Pacific Ocean, PCH, you know, house, or in the Palisades, they're boasting their riches. But they don't know in evil times like this, okay, their riches is not going to matter. We all seen that on the news. That's what the elder brother was going into, okay? Just because you got money, that don't mean you can you're safe from Yahweh Shem Yahushua's wrath.
This is the book of the 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 4, and it reads, "A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? or made anyone quench the fire and stubble when it had began to burn? May one turn again this arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it?
Right. So at the end of the day, it's the Lord that's bringing it. Sure, you can point the finger at the devil, okay, but the Lord is telling you why it's happening. Because a lot of them celebrities got hit as well. We just found out that the two of the Black Lives Matter activists, the 3 lesbians, 2 of them got hit. Lost their shit too.
It's called
You see? So guess what? The riches. Oh, we gotta get that. I thought you get James 5. Okay. The riches is all cankered, and the shit's about to come to an end. Actors talking about how hard it is to survive out here. Yeah, the dream is fucking dead out here. And it's going to boil down to really the best way to be in this world is just to be a regular Jacob. Just to be a regular civilian. Not seeking any titles, not seeking any credentials. I'm talking about the high-end type shit, right? Like, you're going to make a change out of it. It's going to find out all them people, crooks, criminals, and like the mayor here, damn criminal, all these people. It's going to find out all these people ain't doing exactly what they say they doing. You know what I'm saying? You really just want to be just a regular civilian out here. Low key, okay, and just fearing the Lord, rendering to Caesar as he is, and serving the Lord. And living like a pilgrim. That's really the best way, but the longest, it looked like, oh, y'all a bunch of losers because America's doing good right now. Well, it ain't happening now. Now these people, and mind you, these are the places that everybody want to run to. Everybody want to go to California and pay $1,000-some to live in the hut just to say I'm in California. I'm living the dream. Or Miami, or New York, or Texas. The Lord's hitting all those spots in particular. Those are places people want to run to try to live the American dream.
The places of comfortability.
Places of comfortability. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nowhere safe. Thinking, okay, well, I'm going to go to the Midwest. You ain't safe either. You got these earthquakes that can pop off any time. The most sensitive area, this area right here. And this area is very important because it sits at the heart of Babylon. So whenever the Lord want to throw off trucks, the delivery service, all that stuff, he can do it.
Boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when earthquakes happen, the path of the river changed too. It's possible.
Yeah.
Psalms 46.
Oh yeah, did I?
Matthew 24.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 16. And it reads, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Verse 15.
Salakia. Matthew 24 and 15. And it reads, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand.
Now he's referring to 70 AD and he was prophesying. But you see, and it was estimated that Yahushua was on the scene approximately 33 to 40 years old. That's how old he was approximately. So what he was prophesying was really within one generation. So in about 20 years, so to speak, here's what you're going to see. The damn Romans going to come and they're going to besiege this city. Okay? Talking about 70 AD. Right? So that's literally for your children. Right? And like I said, it can still allow this within the generation. You know what I'm saying? So what he was prophesying was when that besiege, and you know, my research shows me that during 70 AD, what they did was they let people go in, but you couldn't come out. And if you went in, you was basically going to starve to death or die of thirst. If you try to come out, they're going to put you to death. You understand? So that's what he's talking about. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
See, that's such a small window that the Lord said, you better not look back. If you hear it happens, take off. You Judea, you better flee into the mountains. Don't wait. Don't come down. Okay, let's pack a bag. That's what I'm thinking that maybe them Jacob saying. okay, let's go back and let's try to grab everything. Man, in that situation, you might just have to grab a handful of things. You know, my first apartment I got into, it burned down too, okay? When the firefighter knocked on the door, all I did was grab my hoodie, my wallet, my phone. That's all I had. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, I knew, I said, that shit's over. It's over. But the Lord preserved my belongings by the end of it. Nonetheless, this evil times come, that thought might run through your mind. Well, here, let's hurry up and pack. Get all the shit you can. Come on, let's get all that. It might be too late. You know, like that movie, Dead Presidents, right? After they robbed the bank, and then you had the preacher guy when he got caught. He got caught. Once they heard he got caught, they said, all right, we got to get out of here. But they didn't go right there. They waited, they packed. Then as they was leaving, the guy was like, you know, that one actor, I forget his name.
Lorenz Tate.
That might be the older guy, yeah.
No, that's Keith David.
Keith David, yeah. He was like, don't worry, we get to Mexico.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. As they was going, here come the cops. I was like, see.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. They should have got out of Dodge the second they heard that. But they waited. And that was probably enough time for them to get caught. So just like 70 AD, when that happened, the Lord said, don't even think to look back. Don't go back and grab nothing, because that might be it. Because once you got caught in, they don't come in there.
God.
So, like, I'm thinking with that, Jake, probably a case of, well, we just wanted to go back. But see, that's why the Lord said, you got to be ready, really, to let it all go. You got to be ready to be sufficient with what you just got. Because if you're too attached to anything in this life, you might look back and say, well, let's hurry up and go back. But then that might be the end. Because here it is. They probably were free, but then went back. Next thing you know, fire all over the place. All it takes is, hey, fire needs what?
Antibiotic sage.
Oxygen. What else? Fire needs oxygen.
You need oxygen, you need fuel, okay? Oxygen, fuel, and heat.
Oxygen, fuel, and heat.
Okay.
And that wind was no joke.
God.
All right, so you probably thought, oh, hey, you know, now you surrounded. Now what? So now you either got to make a decision. Drop the shit you came back for anyway and try to get the fuck out, and probably get a few burn scars, or get consumed. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, just hurt to death is not, that's a bad way to go out, man.
Like I say, it's not gonna even matter, you know, for a lot of you people that say, forget it, we gotta go. How many times you done seen these post-apocalyptic movies, like what else? Even like Resident Evil. What's more post-apocalyptic? World War Z, Book of Eli. Okay, TV shows like The Walking Dead. Everybody had the same idea to get out of town. And all those cars piled up on the damn freeway. And everybody that was there dead.
Had to leave their cars.
They had to leave their cars, or they died in their cars.
Leave the world behind.
Right? So you got all this luggage in your trunk with all the cars and stuff on the highway. So you left with a choice. You can carry all that shit, which you probably can't, or just leave it all. That's the type of decision you might have to make. It just happened to them people down there, and a lot of them with Jake. You know, you had the one Jake, which his testimony wasn't really wrong when he was like, because there was one house that was standing, right? He said, guy was watching that house. She was like, what about it? Guy didn't care about it. So we just got to get our shit, we got to go. Right? He's not going off by saying he just not. Go over watching this house, you care about it, we just got to go. And you know, you don't know what the Lord has in store, so you have to be prepared yourself. You have to. All right? You had it.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, and it reads, "But when ye shall see the abomination and desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where it ought not, let him that readeth understand. Then let them that be in Judea flee to the mountains. And let him that is on the housetop not come down, and let him that is on the housetop not go down into the house, neither enter therein to take anything out of the house. And let him that is in the field not turn back again for to take up his garment. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, and I pray ye that your flight be not in winter."
Right? So again, it's the attitude of not having to look back, right? And be ready to go. You don't know what the Lord got in store for this place. This devil was always working to fulfill his agenda. And heck, even St. Louis, they got it on their agenda as well. They already doing it downtown by their on Jefferson and Grand. Okay, the Target down there. That never been the case. So you know that they got plans for that. And to the information I gathered, trying to make room for these new sports teams and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so to get people down here, which means they want really a lot of Jake out. So guess what they might end up doing? Oops, demolition. Oh, too bad. You know, it was a fire. Guess we got to rebuild, right? And then, yeah, and then they're gonna be like, oh, by the way, we're not covered. Right? We're not covered. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Okay.
I got some.
Yeah, you told me to get Hebrews 11.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's verse 15. Jacob, we talked about.
Psalms 46.
Okay.
Done. You need to start it. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 46, and verse 1. Yahweh is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore will not we fear, though the earth be moved, and though the mountains be carried in the midst of the seas, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. Salah. There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of Yahweh, the holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High. Yahweh is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. Yahweh shall help her, and that right early. The heathen rage and the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. Yahweh of hosts is with us. The power of Jacob is our refuge. Come and behold the works of Yahweh, what desolation he hath made in the earth. He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder, and he burneth the chariot in the fire. Be still and know that I am Yahweh, and I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Yahweh of hosts is with us. The power of Jacob is our refuge.
That's right. So when the Lord comes to visit this place, guess what? The whole earth is going to shake. The whole earth is going to melt, as the scripture says. But it said we will not be feared, though we see the earth and the mountains moving. The scripture tell you when the Lord comes to visit this place, it's going to shake. So all of these are signs that the Lord is visiting the earth, because these are what you call evil times. And a lot of you are going to have to admit that you are living in the end of days, because all of these things Yahushua spoke of, that we are living in what they call biblical end time prophecy. You're going to have to admit that this is the Lord at work. This is his work at stake. Because a lot of you just want to deny the case and just keep hoping and praying. I hope things go back to normal so we can go back to just doing things how things are. Well, even your economists are telling you that with everything that just happened down there, sometimes there's gonna be economic stress in hell, because somebody's gotta pay and they said they ain't paying. So what did he say in the long run? He basically said, y'all gonna have to pay. Everybody else gonna have to pay. Because if the government has to go borrow more money from the Fed, they're gonna make you all foot the bill. So that's more increased prices, more increased all this, because they saying we ain't paying for what that shit goes down. So y'all gonna pay for it. So now you about to get taxed even more. At the same time, Trump about to get in office in about a week, and the first thing they talk about doing is cuts. So that goes into layoffs. So they're about to make it even harder on you, simultaneously taxing the living hell out of you, because they say, look, if we gonna pay for this, y'all gonna pay for this. So everything just gonna keep increasing. So the cost of living, all that's just gonna keep increasing. which is going to keep increasing stress and uncertainty and causing people that's going to increase stress, right? So people thinking that they might not see retirement, they might not even get retirement.
You ain't gonna make it to your retirement.
Right? Unless you retire within a year or two.
Right. Raising the 80s.
Yeah, anybody that's majority of us in our 30s, 40s, 50s, hell no.
Forget about it. And that's a relief to know, like, you don't have to worry about that. Every day I see people stressing over that. And they ain't nothing but in their 40s, but they stressing over it because they don't believe in it. They don't know that the Lord's coming back. They don't want to believe it. And they really want to establish their security in the long run. So little do you know, coming to this truth is the most liberating experience you have, because you don't have to worry about that. You just don't. I don't give a shit about none of that. Okay? I'm not concerned about the 401ks and the retirements and all that. Okay? I'm not concerned about the work, how much, they do the math, right? Look, pay more in it by this year. You should have this much by that. I'm not worried about it. I'm just not concerned about it. The dollar, the way the shit's going now, forget about it. Okay? They might end up taking that shit any damn way. That's what happened to the truck drivers when they shut down the truck for over 30 years, took their pension. That's 30 years of working, but your money, gone.
Just got a quick one. So Matthew 10. Wait,
I had that earlier. Go ahead.
You had it. It's Matthew 10. Start at 5. These 12 Yahweh sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city that the Samaritans enter ye not, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold, nor silver, nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staffs, for the workman is worthy of his meat. Alright, so you're kind. And that's the type of attitude you're supposed to be in. You know, like the brother said, we are in our pilgrimage. Okay, it's always on the move. Travel light. We don't have too many attachments into this place. Because, attachments can get you killed. Like Lot's wife. The scripture always said, you got that?
Yeah, I'm holding just an account with Lot.
Probably just say this real fast. She thought that Sodom and Gomorrah was going to be a better life than what she had on the other side. So she looked back. Guess what? She got turned to a pillar of salt. You know? And it's a monument of her. It said what? She was an unbelieving soul. I mean, meaning that she didn't see the future. Because when you come into the truth, you gotta be visual. You know, you gotta see with your third eye, like through the spirit, about what's gonna really happen. Because on the physical level, shit, we done. We done. We literally have no hope. But on the spiritual level, we rich.
Just real fast. Genesis 19. I'm gonna start at verse 12. And the man said unto Lot, Hast thou here any beside son-in-law, and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city? Bring them out of this place, for we will destroy this place, because of the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yahweh. And Yahweh has sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, and Yahweh will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning rose, then the angel hasted Lot, saying, Arise and take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, Yahweh being merciful unto him. And they brought him forth and set him without the city.
Right, and I want to add, see, they got him the fuck out of there like quick. Like, you know, they probably like, okay, let's go ahead and get this stuff in. We about to.
Brother was knock me out.
We about to get out of here, and you over there taking your time. Angel looking like, so we about to work this place. You know what I'm saying? That's how serious it was. And you keep going, brother.
And it says in verse 17, and it came to pass when they had brought them forth abroad that he said, escape for thy life. Let me read that again. Escape for thy life and look not behind thee. Neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed.
Right, so you best go, don't pause, don't look back. Okay? Yahushua mentioned the river Lot's wife as an example because Lot's wife was back but she didn't believe. So you have a lot of people today, which I listen to the videos, and I'm probably listen to them throughout the week. Everybody's going to talk about what happened and the whole insurance thing and how people just went from having everything to having nothing. And they want to spread awareness and they just going to be like, what we going to do? This is terrible. You know, the government, this, that, and that. So people going to wake up to the fact that Esau's the devil, right? But that's how you know that truly the scriptures, that's the salvation right there, because these same people who mocked us literally had their whole world ahead of them visually and thought we was good. And didn't take heed when Yahushua told the scriptures about what? There was a certain rich man who said in his soul, I have much goods. Here's what I want to do. Okay? Plan for the longest. And the Lord said, today you coming with me. And everything you labor hard for, you're about to get it to somebody else. So those end time prophecies people want to put away because they don't want to have to mentally and spiritually prepare for the worst. These people don't want to be set up to lose anything. They're just like, no, I just want this to be it. You know, I work really hard and I deserve to have my house and I deserve to be able to go on that vacation. I work so hard. Well, guess what? The Lord can send an earthquake, have your whole place of business, if not your home, under rubble. Now what you gonna do? Right? And you're gonna be upset. How could God do this? But if you actually paid attention to the prophecy, he told you that these things could happen. You don't know how it's gonna work out. All you can do is hope and pray that you protect it. Like that one house that went on fire, the Lord may do that for you. Or he may take your home. You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
I got a precept for you. It's going in what you're talking about. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, starting at the 13th verse. It says, now therefore, set thine house in order, okay? And reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and renounce corruption. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Now put off the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are mostly heavy unto thee, and to haste thee from these times. Okay, Salakia. And haste thee to flee from these times, for yet greater evil than those which thou hast seen, which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much more the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Okay, so going back to the 13th verse, it says, set your house in order. And that's what we're talking about. Okay, how you live. Okay, you repent, come up out of the world, and come into the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, like the brother was going into. Okay, living a life of a minimalist, okay, is going to be your best bet around these times. Okay, right. Having a lot of stuff is not going to profit you, seeing that these times are evil. Okay, reprove thy people and comfort such as them that be in trouble. Okay, that's just like we're doing now. We are here on the highways and byways telling you repent and come back into the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and have faith in Yahushua. Okay, and renounce corruption. Okay, that's a part of it. You can't live your life, okay, and sin and do iniquity and call yourself setting your house in order. Okay, because when Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna come, he gonna put a missile in between your two back pockets. Okay? let go from immortal thoughts, and that's what we're talking about. Oh, my 401k, the people out in Cali, oh, my house, okay? Those are mortal thoughts. Oh, my CD, my bank account, my car, you know, all these materialistic things. The scriptures say, be rich, Salaki say, be rich toward Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, something like that, or that nature, man, I forgot.
Yeah. So they that are rich, not rich toward Yahweh.
Yeah, that's the one.
Toward God.
Right. It says, cast away the burdens of man and put off the weak nature. Okay? That's what the brother was saying, you know. They don't want to think about these prophecies. Okay? But if you read Isaiah 34 in the 16th verse, it said none of these shall fail. Okay? From the book. Okay? People want to live like ostriches and stick their head in the sand. Okay? And they oh, that's not going to happen in my lifetime. Oh, okay, let me know how that work out for you, okay? While you scoffing and marking, okay?
But people in Cali didn't expect that to happen either. And that's a very popular spot. And they, like you said, they're thinking, oh, my house, my memories. I grew up in this house, such and such. Well, now it's broken. So you should be happy that you was able to at least escape with your life. You know? Because the house, all that shit, you can always find you can always find a roof to dwell under. You know what I'm saying?
What the scripture say? Be what water, iron, and fire. Be content with. Okay.
And food, raiment, and shelter.
Yeah.
Be content.
God.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. You know, and just like what the brother is going to see, you know, hey, you got to be ready. You got to spiritually depart out of this place, man. You know, because just like them people losing their homes, just like that, they wasn't spiritually departed out of this place, man. Because if they were, they had been like, this shit supposed to happen, man. Fuck it, you got to keep moving, man. You know, you got to be as a pilgrim. And that's what it says, and it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. How many people probably lost their lives that's probably unaccounted for, man? You know, because they wanted this, they didn't want to depart spiritually, and they found out the hard way physically, man. You know?
Like whoever died trying to put the fire out, you can just drop the hose and hold it. But you know, it's my whole world right here.
And people don't want to take it ill, man.
God, it's just like the one brother y'all put in the chat. He saved his family out the house, but he went back with that diamond ring he gave his lady and lost his life. That's a prime example of how Jake get caught up so much in materialistic things and not thinking about the things that are given to him, you know, his blessings from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Man, you got your whole family, dude. You good. What is a diamond ring gonna profit you? For real. You know?
It's like it's the correct. I'm gonna send it to the chat. This nigga was hurt because he's watching all his cars go up in flames and shit. You know, he had nice ass classes and shit. This nigga decided to pop a Bud Light and shit, crying and shit. No! I'm like, man, if you don't get the fuck up out of there, man, you just saw your truck catch on fire, man. But it's going to show you people that's caught up with materialistic shit, man, gonna get destroyed with it, man.
Mm-hmm. Right,
you know?
And none of it mean anything anyway.
We starting to see who's really the ones that's rich in faith around here. You know, all that's left, I hope the Lord do something to Atlanta, you know, and preserve the brothers. Because all you motherfuckers that run Atlanta, Jakes that run Atlanta for the good life, so to speak. You think that's the next spot to go? I hope that Esau roll some shit up down there and hit a few of, if that's where the nigga Anton Davis live at, hit a few of his shit, and we're going to see exactly how much of a high value male you are, you know what I'm saying? Because the ones who got the true riches are this truth, you see? Because we see these things, we rejoice, and we just give praises to the Lord because we know it's going to ramp up even more. While you all are mourning, see what happened when you scoffing? When you scoffing, these prophecies are going to come to pass, and the Lord is telling you that all this shit is about to go up in flames any damn way. You know what I'm saying? So you putting all your heart and everything in these material things, but they don't profit you in the time of evil. They don't profit you nothing. Okay?
But Sodom and Gomorrah is like, I mean, Atlanta is like a mini Sodom and Gomorrah within itself, within Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
Look at Houston. They got the highest cases, one of the highest cases of STDs and HIV. All the people running Houston. Oh, we living good down here. They bragging. Yeah, we living good. We in newspaper. Everybody down there damn near burning.
To your, Salak. To the brother's point. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 4 in the NLT. Riches won't help you. Salak, riches won't help on the day of judgment, but right living can save you from death. You know? So like everything the brother's been going into, these people storing up riches here, you know, and we see the Lord judging them, you know, taking whatever they built up. Well, the word just said, riches don't profit you, you know? But right living, you know, adhering to the prophecies, adhering to the warning for you 2/3, you know, which we know you're not gonna do, but we out here giving the warning, you know? Judgment is coming. And the only way you can be saved is not focusing on what you losing on this side. Okay, but looking forward to what's to gain in the kingdom. To be saved on this side, you know, to receive the new bodies, to be delivered. Righteous living is what's gonna deliver you.
He that loses his life shall find it. He that seeks to save his life shall lose it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, and at the 16th verse. Oh, okay. What you want to start?
No, you go ahead, because it's later.
The book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 16, it says, a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked.
Right.
For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord Yahweh upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, into smoke shall they consume away. And we're starting to see the evidence of that, right? So our inheritance, with little that we have as men of the Lord, and like the brother was going into, you know, being as pilgrims among the earth at this particular time, we're not concerned about any materialistic things. Hell, you can only carry but so much on your back and in your hands. But the people of the world love their quote-unquote stuff, right? So, case in point with these fires that's going on out there, and you got all these celebrities like the brother was mentioning, and them not having protection from the insurance companies. Some of these houses, I would assume, are $2, $3, $4, $5 million and up.
Right.
That's their nest egg, okay? Because if trouble was to hit them in their life, more than likely they'd be able to sell it for a pretty good penny. They may have invested $5 million in it, but if they needed to sell it, they may be able to get 15 for it. You know what I mean? So they were living comfortably, not aware of the evil times that were coming. You see? And so the righteous will be preserved in that day, though we have very little right now. You got it, bro.
You can read the 23.
Okay. Back in Psalms 37 and verse 21, the wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and giveth, for such as be blessed of him that inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. Verse 23, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord Yahweh, and he delighteth in his way. Keep going. Verse 24, though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord Yahweh upholdeth him in his hand. I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
You see? So that's King David saying that's his word. He has not seen the righteous forsaken or destitute of any kind. So the Lord is going to preserve. The Lord is a man of his word, and he's going to preserve his righteous. You see? And like I'm saying, these people, they never thought that this day would happen. So they trust themselves in uncertain riches, as the scripture says. And then when these evil times come, which the word evil just means bad times, come to their doorstep, what do they have to fall back on? They got nothing. If your only security is, well, I got insurance, okay? Well, when you read the scriptures, you have, in this word you got life insurance, but in the scriptures you have life assurance. And the life assurance comes from Yahweh Shem Yahweh. And truth be told, that's what matters most. You know, because you could lose all of that. But if the Lord preserve your life, then that's the prize right there. At least you escape with your life, because hell, you got to start from scratch in some way. You know? But as you can see, that's the end of those people's world there, because maybe they literally put everything into their house. Everything. You know, they probably got no savings, who knows, right? But they probably put everything. They probably, hell, that whole neighborhood's out, probably no more work either. You know? So they're like, wait a minute, man, I done put my whole life into this, man. This is just devastating. That's why you got to come into these scriptures, because this is the true riches. Because in the times of evil anyway, we're all going to be poor anyway, on the same, technically the same level, right? Because when they bring that digital currency, they're going to lock everything behind a paywall eventually, and say, you're going to get so much a month, right? Give you this much a month, or you got to get this chip if you want access to whatever it is you got. So in a sense, we're all going to be on the same level, but we're going to be rich because we got the true riches, the scriptures, and faith in Yahweh Shem. Now you're starting to see who's really on the right team. If you're on team Yahweh, you can't lose. Okay, we're on team Yahweh. All right? And it's quite simple that the Lord is asking. All he's really saying is that he's going to preserve you because you believe in his words. You believe that things are going to come to pass. It's that simple. I believe that the Lord's going to destroy this place. And where your heart is, your body naturally is going to conform around it. So if your heart's the kingdom of heaven, you're going to naturally change your life around this way of your way of thinking. Because look at all those people. And then they talking about some Florida's next. Okay? She said, oh, it might happen in Florida, you know what that means? It is. Yeah, that means it is. And then any place, whatever, if they have an idea of setting up a 15-minute city in your area, oh, you better bank on something happening in some way, shape, or form that's going to cause them to knock it all down and say, oh, well, the good news is we can now rebuild. And we're going to set this up to all basically have everything within a 15-minute reach to pass these laws. They already got like apartments and shit underground. Talking about some, you don't need to come up. Who's the stupid motherfucker that would do some shit like that? You know, because you know they plan on keeping you down there for good.
Shit, like that movie Resident Evil, like Umbrella Corporation. You know, like they had like an underground facility. You know, and shit. Once something happened down there, nobody went back up into the surface.
God. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, starting at the 25th verse. It says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. Right? So, all you people who living good, kicking it up, 40, you know, you happy or whatever, when Yahweh Shem Yahweh bring forth these plagues upon the earth, okay, you're going to forget all that. All that, it's not going to mean anything, okay? It's not going to mean nothing. Verse 26, for it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways, okay? If you live by these laws, statutes, and commandments, okay, because the scriptures say that Yahweh Shem Yahweh deal with the poor man, okay? And not necessarily not poor as in he don't have no money, but he's low in spirit, okay? Okay, Yahweh Shem Yahweh deal with him. So when the days of affliction come, okay, he's just going to carry on like regular because he's already living a minimalist life, okay? So it'll be, and if he abide by these laws, statutes, and commandments, the Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to reward him because he's kept the word of his patience, okay? Verse 26, the affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure, and in his end his deed shall be discovered. Okay? All the people out in Cali, okay, they didn't seek Yahweh Shem Yahshua. They didn't ask at his mouth, okay? And now look at them. You know, they suffer, okay? Why? Because they refuse to hearken unto Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
To add to that, California, they banned the Bible. You know, they actually banned the Bible from being sold. You know, and then they caught on fire because of that. And look at the wickedness that's going throughout California now. Caught on fire again, man. You know, and the Lord fucking that place up because they already had an earthquake before that. You know, and I think it was a projection of a tsunami coming there, but I don't think it ever came. But the point is, you know, we are literally, as the scripture says in Psalms 91, it says, behold, with thine eyes shall you see the reward of the wicked, man. You know? And we pray and hope that the Akim that's out there are safe, man. You know, because the Lord gonna protect them, man. You know, like...
Yeah, those are the only ones I'm concerned about, because that, I get happy when I see hear shit like that happen to these states that everybody want to run to. And literally, because I've had arguments with Jake over the years, because they wanted to fight to get down there because they believe that's where you need to be in. You know? And because they just so worldly. So I like to hear when shit go to hell down there, because like, that's what the fuck y'all get. Because y'all willing to break y'all motherfucking necks just to say you live in California. And I wanted to just know, like, that, you know, ain't nowhere safe. That's what the fuck y'all asking. You know, or New York, okay, or Florida. All y'all thinking y'all gonna run to this safe haven. I will break my neck just as long as I live here, just so I can be in this area, because this is living a dream, or the closest to living a dream. Well, I hope all hell just continues to break loose in those areas, you know, because I'm tired of the pride of you people. You know what I'm saying? Thinking, I'm just gonna run over here and now I'm good. Or I'm gonna run over here and now I'm good. You ain't good nowhere.
And it's an article or video out where Canada is trying to take California, man. You know, basically trying to make California part of Canada, man. You know, so it's many avenues of why that shit is happening, man. You know, because hey, this is being all planned and orchestrated.
This is Revelation 2 and 9, and it reads, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them who say they are Jews and are not, while the synagogue of Satan, right? And the point is, I know thy works in tribulation. Tribulation just means, well, hardship. Because in the truth, when you come in the truth, you got to prepare yourself for temptation. The scripture says, he that depart from evil maketh himself a prey. You know, so all these demons are here trying to attack you and to get you on the same level that they are. Alright? It says, but thou art rich. Meaning what? We're not rich as far as like money-wise, but we're rich in the spirit. And ultimately, that's the best way to be rich, because we done seen it before. Like these entertainers and athletes, alright, actors, whatever, they got money, but they don't have the wisdom to keep that money. You know, or they're making dumb financial decisions or marrying the wrong woman. 9 times out of 10, it got to do with marrying the wrong bitch, right? The football player, definitely.
It just, like the phrase goes, fooling is money departed. You know, they don't know nothing. Because if you're really making that much money, the last thing you should worry about is making a woman anything.
Right, the scripture says, what, riches are not comely for a nigger. You know? So if you a nigger, then you gonna destroy your riches.
We also talk about how if you join yourself with a whore, you gonna lose your money too.
Lose your substance.
You gotta have understanding. But hey, line. That's why, yeah, this is the true riches right here, because that's why, and that's how simple it is to receive salvation. You just have to believe what the Lord is going to say. And you see, these people don't want to believe. Why? Because now they got to change. Now they got to do some research and change.
Right.
You know, they don't want to have to prepare for anything.
Yeah, it's that Matrix spirit. Old boy Cypher. He said, "What? Ignorance is bliss." So in other words, what I don't know can't hurt me. Nah, man, that's the furthest thing away from the truth. What you don't know can hurt you even more because you don't know that it's coming. You know,
it's almost in comparison to you have a father who's extremely wealthy, right? You're his son, daughter for that matter, who provides everything for you without you ever having to worry about anything. But he has rules.
That's right.
And so you become rebellious and say, you know what, fuck it, I'll go out there and just get me a job. I'll make my own money. I'll do what I want to do. And I don't have to live under my father's rules or his house, right? And that's what these motherfuckers have done. Excuse my Swedish. But going out here into the world, and yet all you have to do, and you're getting your ass kicked by the world, right? You're suffering all kind of shit that had you just listened to your father and come back, you wouldn't even be in this situation.
Right.
And that's what the Lord is doing now. He's telling you, I got everything that you would ever need for eternity. All you have to do is come back.
Right.
But motherfuckers are so rebellious, they don't want to do it.
Right.
And so now you're getting fucked up because you refuse to do. Your father's got everything for you, ready, prepared for you. All you got to do is come back, live by the rules that he set for the house, and you don't ever have to do nothing.
That's right.
Yield yourself to him.
That's it. And tell you, even our salvation is not even of ourselves. It's just because of our faith in the Lord.
Right.
It's not even of our work.
You don't even have to work for it. It's already there. If you just would be, you know,
obey
what he says, and everything will be all right for you.
Yeah, and it's that simple. But as you can see, Jake don't want to do it. That's why the Lord referred to us as a impudent foreign woman that does basically bend over backwards for the heathen instead of doing it for the Lord. Now all you had to do is, as much as Jake you got the Hebrew?
Yeah.
Verse 13.
I started 13, yeah.
We'll mention that. Or maybe you can put Ezekiel 16, that ark contrary. Because the Lord referred to us as a woman and we rebellious, right? But when we go to these other nations, we give them everything. We join their armies, pay the taxes, we'll learn the Constitution, we'll get involved with the politics. We'll do all these things, get this whole place our soul, and they don't give you shit in return. Okay? Now, the Lord is saying, if you just did that for me, you'll be good.
That's right.
But you don't want to do it for me. That's why we see it when we see, like, with our women, like, who want to play for the other team, right? They go hard for Esau either. Knowing damn well that the devil only seeks to use you just so he can brag that he said he had one before. They ain't gonna wipe you. You'll never be received in. Okay? You'll never be truly accepted a part of the family, truly. You're gonna always be a byword. And you'll go over there and you will be quiet when he's talking. You'll get up and do the dishes. You do all of this just because you think you can escape the curses and that you really winning because you got you as they would say, what that bitch Viola Davis say when she embarrassed her husband by saying she was happy that she was able to kiss another white man as a screen or whatever. I forgot.
Liam Nelson. Liam.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, she was talking about how good she was so happy to work with fine Liam.
Openly disgrace your husband.
Who is she married to?
She's married to a Jake.
Yeah, and he didn't dump her ass after that?
Right.
What a fucking son.
Yeah. And she did all that, but they'll never accept you and they'll never take you, they'll never want you. Okay? But
Viola Davis ugly as hell. Damn.
And then you got, let's say your first husband, or let's say the children of your father. And you just like, man, I ain't doing shit for him. Just because he's an Israelite. Because he's black, right? Whereas, if you'd have just did that for your first husband or your children, you'd be better off. But it's this willingness to, no, I want to go against that and I want to give it to the other nations. That's why the Lord referred to is that, and we see it amongst our women. It's that backwards ass mentality.
And it's just to be spiteful too. Like a, yeah, aha nigga type spirit. You know? And that shit never worked, man.
Remember that video of that damn coon ass woman? You know, she was saying something about how a black man could get killed by the cops all the time. She ain't gonna care. The next you know, video come out of the so-called white man that she dealing with beating her ass and shit, man. Yeah. She up and crying and shit. I guarantee she gonna try to run back to her brother.
And they always, what he did to me. And she like in a fetal position and all that. But literally a bit of Jake, she'd have called the cops so quick.
Got two more balls.
You know what I'm saying? She would not be sitting there playing like she just this victim. You know, she trying to shame him to get him to fall in line, but if it was a black man, she would already called the cops and got the nigga arrested and all that.
As soon as he raised his voice.
Yeah, as soon as he raised his voice. But you getting your ass beat, and it's so stupid because you're dealing with this unstable ass devil. Okay? And they did a video, they showed Jeffrey Dahmer and this Herb guy who's a model. He had a beard. So it looks like they're dangerous. Everybody picked, all the women picked the guy with the beard. And then they said, you know, that this guy killed all the women. Oh, it's like, yeah, see, women are so fucking stupid.
They were still wanting to get with Jeffrey Dahmer. After they found out, like, you know, all the stuff he did.
This nigga, he was every abominable thing in one body. He was a faggot. He was a witch. He was a cannibal. He was a murderer. And he was a liar. You know?
And you see how easy it is.
And he was an Edomite on top.
For him to get women targets, because women are so fucking stupid. They'll just fall right in the trap.
Right. Yeah, but they'll reject some masculine man. Yeah.
He got a beard. Oh, that's nasty.
Right. Or be like, aha, nigga, I rejected you. Like there's some type of flex or power. Like you really get a benefit out of that. You know? Like they're just making men more like, alright, well shit, I ain't even finna approach you women or date you women. And now all you women talking about some men don't approach us no more.
Yeah, they can feel the shift.
Right.
It's happening big time. You know?
They're like, man, we went out, me and my girls went out to the bar and no man talked to us. You think, bitch? Right? You thought every man was creepy and you just go out to just flex on the Israelite man like he beneath you. And now majority of us don't even want y'all no more.
Yep.
You already ran through it and fucked up your life and all that. You got kids by different men. So what else is there for you but just to rot and die?
That's like that damn Eve. She talking about some the men that they rejected in high school, like the nerds and stuff, and basically like how they like CEOs now. Talking some y'all don't want us. Y'all gotta let that shit go.
Be the bigger man.
Like if you was really happy or you had a man, you wouldn't have your stinking ass on that panel in the first place saying that good shit. You know? Because real women wouldn't have even said that.
16 and I'll start at verse 8. Now when I passed by thee and looked upon thee, behold, thy time was the time of love. And I spread my skirt over thee and covered thy nakedness. Yea, I swear unto thee and entered into a covenant with thee, saith the Lord Yahweh, and thou becamest mine. Then I washed thee with water. Yea, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil. I clothed thee also with broidered works, and showed thee with badger skin, and I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk. I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain on thy neck, and I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thy ears, and a beautiful crown upon thy head. Thus was thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen, and silk, and broidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour, and honey, and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful, and thou didst prosper into a kingdom. And thy renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I had put upon thee, saith the Lord Yahweh. But thou didst trust in thine own beauty, and playedst the harlot because of thy renown, and pouredst out thy fornication on every one that passed by, his it was. And of thy garments thou didst take, and deckest thy high places with diverse colors, and playedst the harlot thereupon. The like things shall not come, neither shall it be so. Thou hast also taken thy fair jewels of my gold and of my silver, which I had given thee, and madest to thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them. And tookest thy broidered garments, and coverest them, and thou hast set my oil and my incense before them. My meat also which I gave thee, fine flour and oil and honey, wherewith I fed thee. Thou hast even set it before them for a sweet savor, and thus it was, saith the Lord Yahweh. Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast born unto me, and these thou sacrificest unto them to be devoured. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter, that thou hast slain my children and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire of them, and in all thine abominations and thy whoredoms hast thou not remembered the days of thy youth, when thou wast naked and bare, and was polluted in thy blood, and it came to pass after all thy wickedness, woe, woe unto thee, saith the Lord Yahweh, that thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, and hast made thee an high place in every street. Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred, and hast opened thy feet to every one that passeth by, and multiplied thy whoredoms. Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians, thy neighbors, greater flesh, and hast increased thy whoredom to provoke me to anger. Behold, therefore I have stretched out my hand over thee, and have diminished thine ordinary food, and delivered thee unto the will of them that hate thee, the daughters of the Philistines, which are ashamed of thy lewd way. Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians, because thou wast unsatiable. Yea, thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet couldst not be satisfied. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan unto the Chaldeans, and yet thou wast not satisfied herewith. How weak is thine heart, saith the Lord Yahweh, seeing thou doest all these things, the work of an imperious whorish woman, in that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way, and make thine high place in every street, and hast not been as an harlot, in that thou scornest Howl, but as a wife that committed adultery with taketh strangers instead of her husband. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredom, whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms, and in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore thou art contrary.
Right, because they ain't checking for you, but you so desperately wanting to be accepted by them that you selling yourself to them and offering them gifts for them to go inside you, basically. See, that's why it said you the contrary, because whores get gifts. People spend money on whores. you are selling yourself to others for them to go into you. And they don't even like you. Only then for you to get treated like shit. And then you say, well, I guess, you know, I guess I got to go back to my first husband. Whereas the backward ass thinking is, you should have never did that in the first place. And as much as our people, like I said, give their life to this system and this government, all they had to do was get that to the Lord. But now they don't want to hear about the Sabbath. Now they don't want to hear about the Passover or keeping the feast day or whatever. But they got the Thanksgiving turkey a week in advance. They buy Christmas gifts a month in advance. They got all this time to plan for these wicked holidays, but when it comes time to even reading, let's read Leviticus 23 and let's inquire at what our true holidays are according to the scriptures. Nope, I ain't got time for that.
That's the old
I just want to go according to the world.
Make sure make it to the end.
Yeah, we ain't under the law.
Well, I usually try to.
Like, who the fuck said we was under the law?
If you wait till it
You
runs
just
out,
not supposed to
then you
break
have
the
a
law
hard
willfully.
time trying to reset.
And if you was really in the spirit, you would want to keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father.
Because you see the benefits.
Right.
It's beneficial to you.
That's right, including his high holy days. You know, especially like, even though it's not easy, but it's beneficial, like fasting. Fasting is beneficial, you know, to your